Hey, this is Jeff, and today I'm doing another tutorial on how to customize Belthan's mods. Previously, I showed you how to make the Lumiscreens look like your character if you pose for Lollipops magazine yourself in Quo Vagis or Coito Ergo Sum. Today, we'll make custom Lumiscreens for NPCs, and if you saw the last two, this will look familiar because the process is very similar. In some ways, it's actually a lot simpler. And just like the player picture, you don't need to know how to make mods to do this. All you need is a photo editor like GIMP or Photoshop, whatever you prefer. Why would you want to do this? Well, there are a number of reasons. The main one being if you have a mod that changes an NPC's appearance, anything from Better Bitter Cup to New Vegas redesigned, their Lumiscreen still looks like they do in the unmodded game. So it's just more immersive if you change it to look like the modded version. You might also want to do this if you just don't like the setting or the pose on their default cover. I used it in my walkthrough of Quo Vagis to put black censor boxes over their naughty bits, so I didn't have to edit the video every time I walked into my office. So if you'd rather have the covers in lingerie and save the nudity for the centerfold, you can do that too. The first thing you'll need is a screenshot of the NPC. The easiest way to get one is just to recruit the model like you normally would and then take a screenshot during the photo shoot. They change outfits and pose automatically, so it's really straightforward to do it that way. But if you have other mods that change their behavior or you're a whiz with console commands, it's really only limited by your imagination. The Groovatron is great for this. You can change their outfits, put them in different poses, give them different facial expressions, whatever. So if you want Sarah Lyons to pose in the middle of the Bailey just to see if Paladin Gunny can keep the initiates from sneaking a peek, go for it. You want Craig Boone teabagging Caesar's corpse? That's not exactly sexy, but it's a hell of a propaganda shot if you're publishing a pro-NCR magazine. I thought since Millicent Wellington's recruitment dialogue plays on the fact that Edgar has an eye for other women, a little makeup, a little hairspray, and a photo shoot right here in her apartment might make him realize what he's missing when he's out catting around with Susan Lancaster. I covered how to get good screenshots in the last two videos, and you can find plenty of excellent tutorials about that with Google as well. The short version, TM to turn off the crosshair and HUD, TFC to switch to free camera mode, and FOV 45 to get rid of the slight fisheye lens effect that the default field of view gives you. Anyway, once you have a screenshot you like, that's it for the in-game stuff. The Nexus pages for Quo Vagis and Coito Ergo Sum both have a resource file called Making Magazine Covers Look Like Beautified NPCs. Although, like I said, that's not all you can use it for. If you're doing this for Coito Ergo Sum, you'll also want the walkthroughs and hints file. I'll explain why in a minute. The instructions are slightly different for each mod, so I'll cover them separately. Quo Vagis first. So, at the bottom of the instructions, you'll find a list of all the possible models, along with which files contain the images for their Lumiscreen and magazine cover. Find the one you want in the list, in this case, Millicent Wellington. And we'll start with the Lumiscreen, which is the magazine covers 08.dds file. Go to your Fallout 3 game folder, navigate to Data, Textures, Belthan, Quo Vagis, and open the file with your photo editor. Then find and open your screenshot, and all you need to do is crop and resize it so it covers the same area as the default picture. You can feather the edges like in the default picture and add the text. In this issue is Arial Bold, bright turquoise. The NPC name is Edwardian Script Bold, and the tagline is Nyala Bold. Edwardian Script and Nyala aren't common fonts, so you can either try to find some place to download them or just use another font you already have that looks good enough. Now, export your file as a DDS image. In the export options for compression, use DXT1. Make sure Generate Bitmaps is turned on, and export. The menu might look different in Photoshop, but it should have the same options. Now load magazine30.dds from the same folder. This is for the magazine hard copy. Copy the whole cover from the Lumiscreen and paste it over the magazine cover. It should be just wide enough already, so scale it vertically only to fit over the existing picture. The aspect ratio will look a little bit messed up, but that's just because of how the picture is mapped onto the magazine. Export that as a DDS, and we're done. Now, for Coito Ergo Sum, The instructions have a list of models at the bottom, just like the Quo Vagis instructions, but it's not complete in the instructions for Coito Ergo Sum, which is why I said you should also download the walkthroughs and hints file. That contains a spreadsheet of models, which has all of the models, and it also has the file names for their Lumiscreens and magazine covers. There are separate tabs for male and female models. Just find the one you want and open the right files with your photo editor. The Lumiscreens are in the Fallout New Vegas game folder under Data, Textures, Belthan, Coito Ergo Sum, Mag Lumis. And the magazine covers are in Data, Textures, Belthan, Coito Ergo Sum, Magazine Covers 2081 for female models, and Data, Textures, Belthan, Coito Ergo Sum, Magazine Covers 2281 male for male models. The editing procedure is exactly the same. Resize and crop your screenshot over the default picture and export them back out as DDS files, same options. So, back in the game, you can see Millie's cover looks like my screenshot instead of the default picture. And that's all there is to it. See you next time.